Okay, so why am I reviewing a CD player in 2017? This came from, in one side of things, you could look at minimalism in music as you have one device, like an iPhone, where you stream all of your music, and there's no clutter, there's no mass of music everywhere. And the other way to look at that is that there's way too much music available via streaming. So if you have all of the music ever made available to you at all times through your phone or some sort of streaming device, that is, or can be, overwhelming. In some respects, it defeats the purpose of minimalism because you have everything. You're not discerning what you want and don't want. So I looked a lot into alternatives for music. I know a lot of people are into records right now, so they have a record player and a little record stash. That's great, but this is just one other alternative that does not take up as much space, because basically this is a 300 disc CD changer. So you can keep 300 discs in one place, and they're all inside of this this CD player. And you can actually stack these CD players on top of each other. So if you ran out of the 300, you could actually have 600. You can daisy chain them together. I think it's an awesome example of 90s technology, 90s audio equipment, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. On this side, you see that there's all these little buttons for groups, so you can decide to have a group for pop music, whatever genres that you use. So you can actually program these in. So like we have there, Memo 2 is jazz, Memo 3 and Memo 4 is rock here. So basically any CD that you put in, you just hit the little button next to the memos, or next to the groups, and then you select what group. So you could actually just click a group or a genre of music and just play rock music, and it'll cycle through that. There's ability for it to skip songs that you don't like. You can program that in as well. This is the other side. The two spinning wheels, one is to change discs, the other one is to change tracks. And then there's a bunch of options here. I'm still getting into this. I don't know everything here, but memo search is a nice thing. You click that button and then you can quickly search through all of your music, which is really nice. So even though that this is 300 disc changer, it's very easy and quick to find the music that you like. A lot of the discs will automatically put titles in, but if it doesn't, you can actually type them in with a keyboard, or you can type them in with your remote. So this is an example of when I touch one of the groups, this example group 1, it'll just play those discs from that group. And as you put discs into this machine, they don't need to be in order. So like disc number 1 and disc number 100 could be country. As long as you tell them both to be in group number 1, it'll know that it's inside of that genre. So it actually makes it really easy to keep track of this stuff. And I like it because you can take all those CD cases and discover some other use for them. But overall, this is really just forcing you. It's a lot easier to listen to full albums this way, as opposed to with streaming music, you might just listen to your favorite song and then you switch to something else. And there's a lot that's lost with just streaming, constantly streaming music. You know, and you're in a car and you can listen to the radio and everything else, where this really kind of forces you to decide, okay, what discs do I want? What albums are important to me? There's enough room for 300 of them. But you know, if you most likely just keep one system, you'll keep it inside of that 300 disc limit. So it adds some discernment, which is great. And I don't know what else to say, really. It comes with this amazing, well, it doesn't come with this amazing remote. The remote it comes with is great, and I've already showed that. But I also have a Sony Commander remote, and this thing is quite impressive. Again, amazing 90s audio equipment. Because this is the other thing. We have all sorts of new stuff coming out constantly, but some of the stuff that's already out there in the wild is amazing, and it does the job really, really, really well, and you don't need additional things or new things. You can find something like this in good condition for a fraction of what it cost initially to purchase, and you can have essentially what is like a really state-of-the-art audio setup for a fraction of the cost. I mean, fraction. Like this type of setup that I have now would have cost thousands of dollars back in the day, but some of the stuff I got so cheap. So above the CD player, you'll see a little Sony receiver, and I got that for $10 on an eBay listing. All right, and they were close enough by where I could just pick it up. I didn't have to pay for shipping. So, and it sounds amazing. It's optical audio. From what I understand, the only thing better than optical audio is HDMI audio, is actually a step above that. But a lot of these like Dolby surround sound setups were made for optical audio. So here's the remote. The nice thing about this, I probably should do a separate video. It's a Commander remote, so you can turn on your CD player, your receiver, you can turn on and off your TV. It comes with a neat little stylus as well. It's touchscreen, it's amazing. So I also wanted to make this video to kind of preserve this particular player. I didn't see a lot of high quality video, because you can see I'm just turning around this dial, and that's how you can sort of go through your discs there. So I just wanted to make a video to sort of appreciate this particular piece of tech as well. So I realize this video is a little bit muddled, and it's kind of hard to talk about all these things. You know, there's the minimalism aspect of it, which is big, which is very much the reason why I got this, and it's a welcome addition to this retro stereo cabinet that I've been upcycling. But it's also just great tech and great use of technology that already exists. Thanks.